have. They'd be quite good in film. And I put recruit staff in because that's what I do.
You're assuming it's quite a strong one. Should we pick the increased staff motivation as our first one?
Just the resolving conflict is my number 2.
Resolving conflict, 2 as well.
And I thought that maybe different, the scenario of a conflict, and then maybe like different ways to resolve it.
Yeah.
And then also from a manager's point of view, and from just a member of the team.
I also thought about equal opportunity. There's a lot of talking about opportunity for everyone, no matter where you're from or.
That's really good.
If you take it forward, you've got to look at how you can put it onto either a trained DVD or download or a computer-aided assisted learning tool. So, do you have any ideas of how you could put the quality of opportunity on something like that?
There's loads of training, not training, but talking about not discrimination and things like that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, for our second choice, then it seems like you've got a split between 3. You've got discipline staff, resolving conflicts, or equality of.
Sorry to interrupt you, but I guess increase of staff motivation would be the main
Yeah.
topic, but not just for us, but for the whole thing, because it is, in other words, not the easiest one.
Absolutely.
Not the easiest one, but the one that there's more to do.
Absolutely. If I could just throw something into the melting pot. If you are unlikely to get your first choice, it's because you've chosen increasing staff motivation.
Yeah. Okay, you're right.
That has always been the most popular.
Sorry?
It's fine, you might get it, but you might not.
I think recruiting staff is one, just because of the group. I said, we're in a recession, and there's, how many what's the unemployment, about 2 million? Yeah, I thought it'd be a good time to,
There are so many ways of recruiting.
Yeah, and it's in a time where there's so many unemployed people are going to have to start recruiting staff sooner.
The only thing I'd say is that it might be difficult to make it into film, but I mean that's what we're doing.
That's a gap in the market that we're looking to.
Yeah.
Well, not that many people.
You
see adverts, don't you?
Exactly, you see adverts often, agencies,
so
recruiting agencies, that they come up with some good ideas of, making the job interesting for you to apply for.
It's obviously a popular thing now, because if there's so many adverts about it, it wouldn't be on TV if no one would, if people weren't.
Well, how's everyone feeling about recruiting staff then? Did they feel comfortable if that was the first choice?
I preferred your idea about the conflict resolving
that is
conflict.
a good
I thought
one.
it was a
That
really
is
good idea.
Quite
A
easy to
different.
make into a film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
I
think
think
that'd be
about that
easier
one.
than recruiting staff.
But there's so many different types of conflicts you can
always
branch out.
make a film out of it, whereas even though that's a really, really good topic, then we kind of will struggle more to make it into a film, I guess. I agree.
Okay, well, should we put resolving conflict as our first choice then? Get rid of
Might be
increased
very
motivation.
many others.
Do we have to decide about our approach first today?
You do have to decide your first choice. But I wouldn't close it down quite so quickly.
Yeah, I'm sure just give
Don't
them.
close it down. Has anyone ever done like a management course where you've gone with a company? Because that's a very, very good thing. They always make you do role plays with how to just come in the workplace, how to conquer.
Yeah, you get kind of script.
Yeah, so that it would be quite a good one to do, but again, quite.
And we can always bring up conflicts, like in our DVD or whatever, we can make a conflict and then talk about them, how to resolve it and stuff.
It's like if we're doing the one you said, the equality of opportunity. There's always conflict within that as well. That's what you're trying to fix and to make everyone come.
And there is a big, part from the government as well, to make the equal opportunity for disabled people and everyone to fit together in the same place. So that's why initially I thought it could be an idea as well, which wouldn't be hard to produce something. That's why I'm just trying to think of something that would not be too hard to come up with an idea to turn into a video.
The only thing I'm wondering about is the program thing that we could have done as well. Do you actually have to make the actual program?
You're making a prototype.
Okay.
So you're convincing us through your prototype, it is 5 to 10 minutes long, that this product range that you're producing for a multicultural environment is going to be worth buying.
The multicultural thing is the quality of opportunity, isn't it? Like you're not trying to give it over to like an English company just because English people. You've already got that aspect of it's a multicultural environment. So would they want to see the quality of it, like?
So the different cultures react differently to the quality.
But like it's a multinational thing anyway. So you know the equality of opportunity is sort of there. I know it's not, you know, like you've got disabled people and stuff, but there's a lot of different nationalities in that.
Yeah.
Already be like in with that sort of thing, and they all go to different countries, don't you? Like if you went to India, you could always go to like Spain or something like that. So does that help? Or?
The main reason for it is because of the result of the internationalization of the business. So so you will have different staff, and you have to have people coming in and out for trainings and stuff like that. So you may eventually going to come across in a difference between staff.
Mm-hmm. I think because the conflict one helps because it's more you can market that easier. Every company has conflict, don't they?
Yeah.
So if you're marketing like, oh, have you got a dispute in your company right now, sort of thing, then that sort of might help.
Yeah. I think it's also quite good. It presents a lot of opportunity for diversity because you can do different types of conflicts, sort of whether it's conflict between two women, female and male, or where you've got sort of a hierarchy involved, where if your manager's being a bit of a whatever you call it, or you want to get around it or something like that. So I think that's quite a good one, and definitely something you could present a presentation on. So.
Well, it's very broad, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of aspects you can
obviously, that probably again is another one that's quite popular. So I suggest we sort of talk about some of the ones that we haven't, like establishing a set of goals. Someone mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, I did, but that's mainly because I do a lot of goal setting and I do sports, so it's quite a lot of, you set your goals and you try to achieve your goals and targets and stuff.
That one's very open as well. Like there's so many things you can put into it. None of them are really closed up, so I reckon we can make a film for every one of them. It's just who we actually
Also, just looking at the 14th point, any other agreed with the module leader? We've just had a lecture about thinking outside the box and being creative. Does anyone have anything else they don't think that's on the list, or does it bring up maybe? Just trying to broaden things up,
Well, isn't that not developing creativity in your stuff? Would that not cover the thinking outside the box?
I don't know what the point twice, to be honest. So I'm just saying, this 14th point, is that sort of anything we might come up with, or it says here, any other agree with the module leader?
Yeah, if you've got some wonderful idea of something else.
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to bring the point up if anyone's got any.
Yeah, sure.
I think we would need some time to think as well.
Yeah.
The thing is, a lot of it can tie in with each other because training can be motivational. A lot of it is like that sort of thing. If you take an interest in your staff, then that's motivational. So.
Well, like your training, you can put like if you were doing a training video, like to train your staff, then that you could put in that resolving conflict, like the quality of opportunity.
Yeah.
That would be in their training.
Training stuff.
Training them to handle conflict.
Yeah.
And the one that the number 7 one could also be motivation, and it could also be resolving conflict. It could be anything, because you do all of these things when you manage people.
We probably have to look at it. That says here the financial management. So maybe like the prompts you have to look at. I suppose that doesn't really matter now, does it? Like how much it costs.
Is there any one of these things that someone really doesn't want to do?
Or they can see a problem in it.
I think the creativity one, both in creativity and stuff, would be a really hard one to do. somebody's not necessarily a particularly creative person, I think it would be quite difficult to make them be.
You are, you are.
Yeah, exactly. So I just think that one I really wouldn't want to do. I don't think
It's harder to be creative as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, let's call that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the rest of the elimination.
Then I think number 7 could be quite a good potential one, just because it is so open. You kind of put your own spin on it, and link it back to quite a few different concepts.
Yeah. We can include like little bits.
Yeah,
of those
exactly.
in that one.
So we can do our own, and I don't think many people would choose that just because it's so
general.
So general, yeah.
So build a team.
How do everyone think about build a team? Like you said, it's very open, very vague.
That one's very vague.
Yeah,
Ideas,
it
you know.
seems a bit.
It's not one that really calls to anybody here, is it?
Who put it? Someone put it down as their second, first or second, didn't it?
No.
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 For using this process for elimination, I think we can cross that one off.
Should we just go down the list and see?
Just getting people's takes on it,
Yeah.
Recruiting staff, we've already talked about that. Appraising staff?
It's very difficult to put into as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Alright, well, if we split across that one. Appropriate management styles, development.
That could be okay.
There's only a few different. There's only a few main types of management styles out there, isn't
Yeah.
there? You know, like you've got your democratic, autocratic, and stuff like that. So that could be because there's only a couple, and then you can sort of develop those main points.
Alright, so
So that's all.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, but how would you go into a meeting, you know?
You just,
And
you just
management
like
and
you do like a.
You'd have to.
Because I've done it in one of my other modules. Like you just like you'd have like a democratic manager, say, and like an autocratic manager. Doesn't he's the boss, and then you've got one that he sort of talks about it.
So you have to remember that this VB is to sort of like teach them something, training them something. You know, so you cannot just
Exactly.
you know made example of something that already exists. It needs to be something sort of like I'm teaching you my manager. You know, I want you to watch this movie and sort of like learn the.
We might do something like what type of teams and stuff kind of the if it's a democratic or whatever kind of way.
Actually, no, like just management styles is very specific, so you can focus on just like there's only a couple of main points in management styles. But I'm not saying, but you've only got like your democratic.
But then if we've only got 20 minutes for a film, that might be a good thing.
Yeah, because you focus like.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because you're focusing on two main
Yeah.
points. There's only you can have like there's a couple of other ones, but the main management styles that everybody knows are like democratic and like autocratic. So you know what you're talking about, and like your research and stuff is all focused on like these management styles.
If everyone knows that though, then it would be a bit pointless making a film on that. That's the only thing.
Well, I think just how you can teach that and how to develop that in some person, not just explaining what it is. So you could say start with like 5 minutes explaining it, and then the next 10 or however long
Yeah,
spending
it is quite good that there are such definite ones though.
Yeah.
The whole thing is between 5 and 10 minutes long, not 20.
Okay.
The presentation is 20.
20.
But anyway, to make a movie of 5 to 10 minutes, it's a lot of things.
Yeah, it's long, isn't it? Yeah.
It
Doesn't sound long.
It doesn't
5
sound
minutes.
like that. You will probably
It
take
goes on.
you will probably take the 20 hours recording and crediting
Yeah.
and everything to edit.
Don't be that, right?
Just to edit,
Yeah.
just to edit, you know, to a 5 minutes like proper something.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. Yeah, it doesn't sound long.
I do think, yeah, that's quite a good idea.
And personally, I know quite a lot.
Yeah.
I know a lot about management styles. Just as I've done it ever since like A level.
How would you put in a, for example, how would you put in a situation, you know, how would you come up with a situation where you would be just showing on a video, you know, some...
Like how to be a bit like being
how
a
to
bit.
be, yeah, how to be one of the management styles that you have an idea, for example.
I'd say like democratic. So you sit down and you've got your idea. So you've got a goal. Like you've got to create 10 pieces of paper in like a minute. Or something.
Yeah.
And then you tell your team that. And like we do, like we're doing now, brainstorm. What your idea? Like, have you got any ideas how we can do this? So you give me your ideas, and then we think about it over time.
So your ideas, for example, on a movie.
But how would you create
on
a
the right way?
piece
How
of
would you?
paper?
That's the idea.
Yeah.
That's your idea. Having a movie on how would you do in the right way?
Well, I don't know like now. I was just sort of like example of how I think like a democratic. You could explain how to be a democratic manager or leader. So you'd say, oh, we've got 10 pieces of paper to make in a minute. Tell everyone me like how you can do that sort of thing. Yeah, and then like an autocratic, you just be like you just put down what you think's right, and you just tell everybody what to do, and you go away and do it, and that's it. Like that's an autocratic manager. He thinks what's right, and he just portrays that to his staff, doesn't he? Yeah, like none of your employees have a say, so you're just telling them what to do, and like a democratic, he sort of. There's a lot. There's obviously a lot more, but I just like democratic and autocratic.
Yeah.
That's the main thing you think when you think of like a management style. Obviously, there's like a lot of
I don't know,
stuff.
just a thing. You know, they highlight the multicultural work in it. So
That could also be a thing.
It's a
'Cause
170.
in some cultures, the definite management style will be democratic.
Yeah, so
So then it changes from where.
The management style is definitely a good option in the case of being a multicultural
Yeah, obviously,
movie.
like,
You know,
you
have to sort of a training. You know, our English manager maybe would know how to work with Brazilian people.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So it would be a good idea to sort of like
Like history.
The
Yeah.
contrast between two very different cultures and how the management style differs.
So like, the history isn't like English managers are always very autocratic. Like like the factories and stuff. Yeah, they've always been like they don't let the employees do anything.
Do it now.
Like Japan obviously came over with all their cars and are very democratic and stuff. So I don't know. It's just I know a lot. So
That's
obviously,
an interesting topic.
Yeah.
You could do so many things, couldn't you?
I don't know.
Well, let's just double check the other ones, leave that one for the moment.
Yeah. Carrying out training needs analysis. I don't know.
Not a big fan.
I think that's a pretty resounding no for that one there, so I think
I
that's
think it's
got
something
that.
into it, so.
Okay, already crossed off increasing staff motivation, effectively leading staff, we had a brief chat. Yeah, but you don't really see how you
No,
can get
I
into
don't
it.
really see how it's going to be sort of. Again, it is quite broad because
Yeah.
sort of goals are going hand in hand with motivation as well, because obviously you set goals to
And
be
management
motivated to
style.
get it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then management style as well. So
Is this one that we feel that we could take forward any further than some of the other ones, or
I wouldn't think so. No.
No,
No.
everyone's sort of behind that opinion.
alright,
Which one do you got there? Just first.
Changing stuff, working stuff.
That's kind of a conflict one as well. Did you all tie them up together?
yeah, I think they all coincide quite nicely. She's no one's got any sort of opinions on that one.
They've got to agree.
That's already crossed off as well.
So I've said to them, Jeff, again,
Discipline staff.
do you want to?
I really like resolving conflict, but I know that a lot of people
I think it's going to be very popular that one, yeah. So,
Make a decision.
Very easy to do
Based
in a video, isn't it?
Yeah, especially being another
Yeah. I think that's
we'll just put it down as our first choice then.
Yeah.
So if you had another the other
Yeah.
side.
Everyone want that one the first choice?
Yeah.
Alright.
So
Is
we're
that
gonna
okay?
resume the
I did it to them.
Resolve the
Rosemary,
one.
because you have this late group. So
Yeah.
And then deciding on focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so likelihood of that one.
Staff motivation.
Yeah. Yeah, we just thought it was going to be too busy, so.
Everyone's going to
Yeah.
choose that one, so we won't get it anyways.
And if we have two things and they both go, then that's
Yeah.
very happy.
we cross out equally.
Quality of opportunity, we haven't crossed that one out yet.
We'll have one.
So if we're going to choose resolving conflicts as our first thing, so then let's just have the management tiles as second.
Yeah.
That's the one we most agree with. And well, none of them will be easy. None of them will be just like let's pick this one because it's easier to
Another
do.
group, some of the topics we don't know might be the
You need to let Jeff know.
Right, so you've
Do you
got
think we should do just in our heads, like, have a third one, just that we all agree on, just in case?
Yeah.
But not obviously have it down, but just...
I really like recruit stuff. I think that's
Recruit
a
as well.
good one. That's the first one. So you can let it
Second
Yeah,
one.
we'll just think
yeah,
Developing appropriate management.
Alright, cool.
do we need to pick one up?
Or do you want me to go and do that?
Yeah.
Just to make
So
sure.
when do you reckon you... I've got someone with two next to each other.
173.
We've got to choose.
You have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Resolving conflicts is our first one, and then we've got developing appropriate management styles as our second.
Okay. Dan's just disappeared to see one of the other tutors for their choices.
We were also wondering whether it was worth now appointing roles to.
If you think that the appointment of roles does not specifically depend on your topic choice, then yes, it's a good idea to appoint the roles. If you think that the roles might vary if you get choice 1 or choice 2, which is doubtful, to be honest, but if you think, oh, you know, I wouldn't have said I wanted to be personnel manager if I knew that we hadn't got our first choice, then you don't want to be doing that now.
Well, I think that's since we've all kind of, as a group, decided on the.
We can go through and say, if we had our second choice, would you want to be this? We can always put that down.
Alright, yeah.
To be honest with you, the roles really shouldn't be affected by the topic choice. To be perfectly honest, but I just thought I'd throw it in the melting pot. The other thing you need to do is draw up a contract. And I'll just put it on the whiteboard there. How do you guys want to work together? That's really important. So in the last 10 minutes, you might want to try and do both of those things. Try and have a little brainstorm session about what role you want to take, but also write down how you want to work together. What are your ground rules? What are your rules about meetings? What are your rules about lateness? What are your rules about communication? And then copy it, everybody knows, and if somebody slips up, you can start disciplinary procedures. I hope it won't happen, but you never know. So if you get to a stage of people don't turn up, and you come to me or Jeff and you say, what do we do? I say, well, where's your contract? What did you... Because it wouldn't stand up in a court of law or an industrial tribunal if you haven't actually got something specified. So it might be something to think about.
Okay, right, well, I think if we nail some positions first and sort of draw up a contract, yeah, okay. The way Olivia did it last week, which I thought was quite good, was just if I just go around and then ask you what you think, what you prefer to do, and why you think you'd be so good, then I can sort of make a decision on that. So, okay, if we start with
Maybe director or technical staff, interesting.
the technical stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, last week was nothing to do with you because I already had it covered and I said I wish I can help with it.
That's
But I was going to say that I had it
Yeah.
last week
Or
already.
you could go past it.
Okay, well, if you're happy.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah,
You put that.
I've got to read the recorder as well.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, is there anything else? So,
But like I said, that maybe the technical staff will be moving more towards the end of it. You know,
Yeah.
when you recording or
Yeah.
I can just draw somebody else.
I think a lot of these are just going to be quite flexible. I mean,
Yeah.
So just to have a title, you know.
Yeah. Just cool. Okay, so sort of that one. Is there anything else you prefer to do with that one?
Maybe director.
Director, yeah. Any reasons why you?
Well, important person, so.
Alright, okay, that's cool. Let's put that down to possibility. Moving on then.
I was looking at personnel managerial research
Yeah.
and possibly marketing. I do actually think that it's going to be quite flexible, and I think that
Yeah, it's just so
Everyone's
sort of,
going to be sort of doing a bit of everything and just helping everyone out, right? But I wouldn't mind researching first time on that.
alright, that's cool.
I would prefer to be personnel manager
Yeah.
because I'm really like organised myself, and it kind of seems like you need to organise everyone else and make sure everyone else is doing the right thing.
I'll be back with my text
I'd be able to
to
do that.
So you've got a weekend?
Yeah.
Cool.
So I'm really
Just throw everything in there and then leave her to organise everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, well, thanks.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't know, I was kind of thinking research or editorial. I don't really mind. I'm quite good at just writing things, not overly creative, but I'm quite good at writing.
Well, if you say quite good at writing, want to take the editorial staff role, yeah, you happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not trying to force everyone into positions, you know, if you're not happy with it, just raise it up and then we'll sort of get it out. Okay, that's good.
I was thinking maybe marketing manager.
That's cool.
Or, yeah, that's not done.
Yeah. Oh, nice and yeah, well,
I can do the marketing manager.
that's cool, thank you.
To the finance?
Finance, I think,
Yeah.
from last week,
Quite
that's cool.
surprising you usually.
But then we're not stuck to these ones. Like,
No,
if
no,
there's
no.
something
Yeah, I
we
can't do like
we
all the
can-
writing and everything.
But if there's something we can't do, we can
But yeah, around sort of meeting time, I will not be able to meet Monday and Friday.
Okay,
And then-
well, that's what I was going to move on to next, just
Yeah,
before we do all this
this is
stuff.
it.
Is, when is everyone free to meet, what are the sort of days off, when they...
I'm here until 7 this evening.
Until 17,
Yeah.
okay.
So today this is kind of my.
I got these off on Mondays and Thursdays. Has anybody else got these off on Mondays and
I've got
Thursdays?
Monday.
I've only got Friday off.
Oh,
Thursday.
I'm at half
Oh,
Wednesday
Thursday.
except for today.
Except
On
Thursday, I've got
I mean,
Thursday
truthfully,
there.
after this lesson, does everyone have a break? Like, is there...
Yeah, I've got an hour break.
I don't have anything after this.
On Thursday afternoon I'm free. Is everyone free on
I'm
Thursday?
free after
What time are we
Does
talking
evening...
Like after 12,
I've got till 4, but...
Yeah.
We could meet
What does everybody think about
I
it?
can meet like
free
evenings
with
after
that.
6 on Monday and Friday, but I'm in office until then.
Okay, how's everyone looking on... Sorry?
Wednesdays?
Wednesdays, sorry.
Right.
Wednesdays, yeah.
Well, let's just day by day, it'll be easier.
Okay,
Just
Mondays.
Mondays,
I
yeah.
can do Mondays.
I can do it.
What time are we thinking Mondays?
Monday can do any time up to any, so it's not too late, and I can go consider that in the evenings. So I'll be up.
Alright,
I'm here
okay.
1 till 4, so...
Next one we move on to Tuesday. Yeah.
Today.
I could,
I'm here till...
Yeah.
I'm here
but
till
if you
4.
have
I'm
now
here
that
till
after
Free
this,
Yeah.
till 6.
we could like, if does anyone have anything
He's got to go straight to half 4, which is a bit of a...
When you
Wednesday.
gave us your research,
Yeah.
we could always meet.
Yeah, does every single...
We don't have
it
to
could be
meet
a really
now,
brief
next time.
meeting. It doesn't, and then we can have a bigger one whenever we do.
It'd be
it.
good to everybody be together, at least in
Yeah.
our external meetings, because of the...
If we've got to do things like sociograms and
Yeah,
things,
exactly, yeah.
it's unfair if someone...
Well, these
can't.
things are every
Yeah.
week, aren't they? So we know we're here for a couple of hours, not more.
Yeah.
So that's our main sort of meeting. We should have...
I know it sounds strange to ask, but what about weekends?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about like,
Especially
what about
towards
like,
the end.
I know that everybody may go out on Saturday and Sundays, but...
It's
no.
it's going to be meeting for a couple of hours.
Yeah,
It's not too
I'm
long.
happy to
we're
do
talking
that.
about probably
Sundays,
1
like,
maximum 2 hours, so I don't
It's
think
not like
anybody...
we're going to spend our whole day.
That's what I'm saying, I don't think anybody's going to die if you meet up on a Saturday before lunchtime or after lunchtime, or a Sunday before lunchtime, after lunchtime. So everybody has time to recover from whatever they did last night, and wake up and meet at 10, 11 in the morning.
Alright, Sunday, anyone?
Because I guess that would be the only, because
I get
otherwise,
home every now and then.
because otherwise, yeah, well, but then eventually you're going to have those that cannot make it, but,
Yeah.
I only think that is the best way to get everybody
But
together.
it's like 8 people, what else many we are? Yeah, 8. So obviously we're all going
You're always going to have someone
But
missing.
no, I'm happy to do
Well, but if you do during the day, during the week as well, you're always going to have some more meetings
Yeah,
as well.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm only thought about Saturday, and
Yeah.
at least there'll be nobody saying, no, I've got lectures or something like that.
And then if someone didn't manage to meet up, we can always, in this time, explain to them whatever.
Let them know
meeting
what-
was,
yeah.
Or we just send them the video.
Yeah, or email,
And
whatever,
then all that's to do
something.
is just
Should we
Alright.
set some rules?
Okay, yeah, rules. Right, let's write them down.
If we agree to do something, please do it for the meeting or this lecture or whatever.
Are we going to set up any sort of Facebook page or we can
Yeah.
do anything?
Yeah.
You know those ones on Gmail? You know the ones where you can do all work on it at the same time?
I know, but the thing with I think Facebook would be the easy one because I guess everybody does check now and again. So
Yeah.
Let's,
I get my emails on my phone, so
yeah, I know emails would
we
be
can do both, can't we?
let's
Yeah.
first of all nail this contract, like you said, because I think that's might be one of the most important things. But and then we'll sort of
double check on
Yeah.
what we're doing.
okay. So I'm just saying, the first one, if you've been set a piece of work or whatever, do it by the deadline.
And then maybe if you can't come, please.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you're not going to be able to cancel lectures, then
If
you
you
can
are in mitigating circumstances, please let the others know.
let others know exactly. Yeah.
so that everyone has to come to the lecture.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
good. It would be good.
because like if you kind of come to this lecture, then you know.
If you cannot make a meeting outside, fair enough, but you have to be able to make
But
one
here,
on
this
the
is the
lecture
time we
once a
If
week.
there's one time you can't come,
just let us know. Yeah, just let people know.
so then if that person can find out.
Can't have your first choice, have your second choice.
Which one? Oh yeah, that's
Which
good.
is effectively,
Well,
which
change
is,
that.
Management style.
development appropriate management style.
What happened to the first one?
Two groups chosen.
we didn't fight for our cause.
Two groups chose it and no one as yet has chosen develop appropriate management styles. So
Can you go
I
through
know
the
that
ones
you can
we've
have
chosen?
that. Say again?
Can you go through the ones that people have chosen so far, or you're not allowed to do that?
Not really. It's a no, it's a no. That
This
is
is
a
not,
it's a no.
So
So develop appropriate management style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I suppose we'd better come up with some punishments if these aren't hit. So what? You get one warning, you get a second time.
And then if
Yeah.
the third time, then obviously.
Okay, right, that's cool.
so,
3 strikes, right.
For what, sorry?
yeah, what happens?
Well, to take any other action, let's say.
Your work, you have no good excuse.
Let's say for the first two times we're just gonna talk between us, and decide what to do, and then on the third time, then we take it to other levels, like talking to Bob, talking to Guadalupe.
Yeah, just basically communicate with everyone.
Yeah,
First time just okay, first time just a verbal warning, second one written, just for that. Third time, you take it to the module leader or whatever.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. Anyone else want to put anything into that contract? I don't know, punctuality, try and, if we all do, if we say meet at 10, don't come at 10:30,
People do that. Yeah.
And then it's just in case we booked a room in the library or something. So have a
Yeah,
read
be there
through.
on time, yeah.
Okay, be there on time.
And the most important, I think, would be do your work properly. In other words, if you're being assigned to do something, do thinking as a group because everybody wants to get the best marks.
Yeah.
So don't just do it because you have to do it, but do it as if you were doing,
Yeah, spend like
As if it was an
as if it was an individual work. And I know maybe not going to work as much as the mark as your individual work, but
Yeah.
helps.
Okay, and then about the Facebook group, I'll set one up tonight, or either tonight or tomorrow, depending on what time we've got. If I can't find you on Facebook for some reason or whatever, I've got all your Brooks email addresses, so just check those over the next couple of days.
Oh, we've got right on names now, so.
Well, already got them from. So yeah. I mean, another clause in the contract just as we come to it, check your emails regularly. It's not something that you can obviously check. So yeah, just
I have a different one on then, because my one, the other one is on my phone.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's nice.
okay. And then are we doing anything for next week? Are we coming up with ideas? Are we?
Yeah, should we
Yeah.
come up with at least,
Well, since we've now got
Yeah, something like that.
and then how we might be able to do it?
ideas how you put them into a training DVD or virtual assistant,
Yeah, is everyone happy on that?
I think it would be useful for everyone to look at YouTube videos as well,
Yeah.
so we
Yeah.
get the,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you do a bit of research.
Can you come up with a sort of deadline by next week?
Okay, so everyone must look at the YouTube videos and also come up with two ideas.
Yeah.
And
Maybe-
a bit of research.
With a bit of detail behind them, sort of.
On the deadline, you say that in week 4 we're supposed to present a poster.
It's a poster to me. No one's spending masses of time over it, but it's a poster to me, just showing me what you've done so far and what you've still got to do. So it's your action plan, your task analysis, like a progress report. Poster size.
Over the week, or the third week. And what about, at the end of it as well, Bobby, there is a page which gives you a budget. What does that mean?
Yeah, there is.
That's
Who's opted for finance? Carl.
And what, I'm just wondering,
Well, we'll go through that, have a look at it, and we'll brief you all next week, I suspect. On what all that means.
I've got a bit on it, don't worry. I did an accounting one so that's
I'm
fine.
so bad at accounting.
All right, there you go.
Done.
That's for you to copy. That's, I'm not going to do that every time, but that's some examples of what you all did in that meeting.
Can I see?
Yeah, true. Do you want me to copy that now? Or,
No, I would just circulate it. It might be of value.
that's true.
Victor, you didn't come in at all.
Yeah.
So just bear that in mind. Bear that in mind. But also there was no bringing in. Bear that in mind. Someone in the team should have been aware that Victor wasn't speaking. You know, he's not from England, therefore you probably
But
struggle to pick up
why
some
is
of the.
it? Why is it people always have to get involved?
Why is it what?
So it's taking you the information.
Why do you have to get involved?
absorbing.
Well, next
Why do I personally, or why
Yeah,
does one?
why do people have to get involved? If he's got, like, if he didn't have anything to say or didn't feel like he needed to say anything, is that negative?
No,
Is
it's
that
not
bad?
negative. But did anyone ever say?
No, I know that. But I
Are you happy with things, Victor? Did anyone on the team say, are you okay? So that's my point. Okay, so bringing in can also be just checking.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be, please speak, but it could be, are you all right with everything so far? When you're doing this effectively, develop appropriate management styles. You need to do some more up-to-date research. From what was being said earlier, it's rather superficial, this idea of you've got two styles, don't you?
Oh no, yeah, I know. It's just bringing up all ideas.
Okay.
I know it's not definite.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just.
So, more up-to-date, more sophisticated.
But what do you think about what we're talking about, the management style and the way we propose for the video? Do you think it's something suitable?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it's a cracking idea. Yeah, and I think it's got a lot of mileage.
Great.
Yeah. Better than conflict, to be honest with you. I mean, this is what the module's all about, isn't it? Managing the meeting. So there's lots of information. Yeah, that's good. Right, guys, well done.
We can all use that, can't we?
Yeah,
Do you mind